And when I was there, I thought, better keep my mouth shut.
No, you're never gonna get it, so you might as well forget it. No, miss, yes. I got what you want, boy, I got what you want. I got what you want, boy, you're never gonna get it. I got what you want, boy, I got what you want. No, you're never
Yes, let's talk about feminism. Why? Because it's what everybody's talking about these days. There are like two types of YouTube videos right now. One is a feminist or a transsexual gender bender type person telling us how great feminism is, and then two, there's a bunch of people telling them by cutting up their comments and telling them how wrong they are. That is like basically the videos I see now, at least. Very popular. You have Sargon of Akkad, and then you have like a bear guy, and then the bear guy's woman, and then you have this guy, the something or other, and then you have that Russian guy, I don't know his name either, something with V. Bunch of people. Yeah, I think that drunk peasant guy, formerly known as Amazing Atheist, or he still is an Amazing Atheist, I don't know, I don't care. And it does seem like the following thing has happened the last 2 or 3 years is that you had a bunch of atheists, right? And they wanted to tell Christians how stupid they are. And then for some reason they didn't get enough backlash. There wasn't the Christians said, yes, okay, fine, I don't care, or something like that. They didn't get the attention they wanted. And so they discovered that a feminist who had the same, how are they say the same? I guess they're the same in that they aren't seen as rational and logical standpoints. The belief of feminism is not based on scientific facts. It's based on what they want it to be more than what they really is, or something like that. So, but unlike Christians who just turn the other cheek, usually, feminists actually got really pissed off, and so that seems to be the thing now. That atheists want to rant on and on and on about how bad feminism is. And what is my opinion on feminism, you might ask? I don't know. Now, I think of doing this in 3 parts. One, where we talk about the 2 main types of feminism. The second, where we talk about feminism more thoroughly, meaning thinkers of feminism. The most prolific, the most recognized feminists who have written texts. And then we finish off by talking about transsexuality. But unlike most people who are either very for or very against feminism, I actually know what feminism is about. I read books on the subject. Look at this one. This is curriculum from a university called Kjønnsforskning, which means gender studies. It's written by one of Norway's most famous feminists, which is a man, of course, Jørgen Lorentzen. And he wrote this book with some other people, and it's basically a book telling us what everything about gender studies is. And the book cost, I thought it was the receipt for the book, but it wasn't, never mind. Because I actually studied it. I studied it in university, and I can tell you proudly, I failed. And then the last book I bothered buying was Hva en kvinne? Or What's a Woman? Which is an essay, I think, where a woman writes about another woman's work. And then I got a bunch of compendiums telling me different sides of feminism. So let me educate you guys on what feminism is. Or how I, as a failed university student, understood feminism. There are 2 main types of feminism. One is equality feminism and one is diversity feminism. Now, I'm using I'm using the Norwegian words directly translated into English. I may try to find the original words and put it on the screen, because it's probably not the direct translation is not the correct one. But either way, it's just two main feminism: equality and diversity. Equality believes that women and men are the same. That's what they believe. It's like strongly worded. It says gender or sex is a hypothesis, meaning you don't really know. It is a theory. It isn't proved that there is a real difference between men and women. Some people will say that it's absurd because I have a penis and they don't. But according to those people, women, sexuality, sex is a hypothesis. There are no proven differences between men and women. The other one, as I said, is equality, diversity feminism. And they believe that there are differences between men and women biologically. Okay, so this is the penis, right? And that is the male sexual organ. And this is the vagina. And that is the woman's sexual organ. And they don't look the same. You see? This one is an outie, and this one is an innie. I know it's complicated, but just believe me, okay? And inside here, also known as a testicle, they produce testosterone. I don't know how to write that, so I'm just going to write a T. Okay? And inside here, in the vagina, or in the uterus, they produce something called estrogen. Now, I don't know how to write that either, and I'm not even sure if it's an E or an O or what. So I'm going to write an Ö, because that is the Norwegian writing of it. Anyway, this is the woman, this is the man. Biology 101. But they should be valued the same. And if I were to call myself a feminist, I would call myself a diversity feminist. I love women. I really, really do. But I don't see them as the same as me. I'm a man, they are a woman. And of course there are differences and similarities between the sexes based often on personality. You have very effeminate men, and then you have really masculine women, right? But in the end, one of them stands while peeing, and the other one is sitting. And one impregnates women, the other one gets impregnated by men, right? There are biological differences, and they will also affect the mind and the endocrine system, the hormones and stuff. You have testosterone, and then you have estrogen. There we go. And these things will actually change the body, meaning some people, they will think and behave differently. Women will then have a tendency to be more emotional because of the estrogen, and men will be more stoic because of the testosterone. And stuff like that. Biological, then also testosterone will give men higher muscle mass than women will do. Not saying that all women will lose in a fight with a man. Some men are spinkle and small, and women may be large and muscly. But that is the exception to the rule. The rule is that there are biological differences. But, like with diversity feminism, I actually do believe that women are equal to men. Yes, it's amazing. I'm really progressive. That women and men are equal worth, but are different. So the next level then on diversity feminism is, of course, that since women will choose differently than men, but have the right, have the same rights for freedom and stuff like that, there should be monetize the same, and that is where difficulty comes back, because you have like if a man becomes an engineer, which is seems to be the norm, men become engineers, women become nurses, right? And the length of these two educations are the same. You have 3 years of engineering and 3 years of nursing, or yes, nursing school, and both of them are university college degrees, meaning same. You don't become a nurse in high school, and you don't become an engineer in high school. Both of them are higher education. And then they say that engineering degrees should have the same wage as nursing, or teaching, or whatever thing women choose, unlike men. That the problem there is the free market. Is that men will then have to work in the private sector, whereas women will work in government, and so the wages will necessarily be a little bit lower when you work in public. Men will often sell their workload or their work power onto the highest bidder, whereas women will tend to go for the safe one. Also, men will usually be the ones starting being entrepreneurs. Why that is, maybe because of culture, I don't care. But the point is they do start their own businesses, and they will gamble with their money and their future, because we always think, oh, an entrepreneur is a successful person, but that is not the case. When you're an entrepreneur, you're gambling with your future. You're trying your best to make things work. Whereas women will then work in public sector and have a secure job. Men will have to go out and try harder when they're entrepreneurs. And if they're not entrepreneurs, they will do more hazardous work like building, working in the rails, chemicals. They will have more dangerous work and more physically demanding work than females. There is a difference between fishing and doing office work. I mean, there are real differences between fishing out on the fjords and the oceans, and clicking the tastature and the keyboard and toggling the mouse, right? Real differences, and the wages will usually reflect on that. So, although I am equal opportunity and equal equality, I view women as the same as men in value. I do not see them as the same in biology. Or I don't see that they need to make the same amount of money because they do more safe jobs. But if they did the same types of jobs as men do, then they should get the same. But I don't think anybody disagrees with that. I don't really think there's anybody in this world saying that a woman doing a man's job should get less money than a man doing a man's job. Any more than men should get more money for doing a woman's job. I don't think anybody says that, and if they do, they're fucking stupid. You should do the job you want to do, and you should get the same pay as everybody else in that sector with the same amount of what's it called? Same amount of experience, same amount of education. Skills, there we go. And if a woman did my type of job, I would feel it strange if they didn't make the same things. But I can tell you that nobody, I know, no females do the line of work I do. Because it's physically challenging, it's cold, unpleasant, and horrible. But by all means, if any woman wants to do my type of job, go right ahead. And you will make the same amount of money. Moving on.
I don't need you, I don't need you, you don't see through. I don't need you. I don't need you. You look see-through. I don't see you. I don't need you.
Okay, so this is the penis, right?